One thing about being a mom of boys fucking hate men is they are set up for success in dating.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we are taking a look at a single mother failing to raise her son properly. Don't forget to drop a comment, don't forget to subscribe, and let's jump right into it.
I fear I'm raising an incel, red pill, woman hater man. This one is so serious and so fierce. Like, I'm not saying the rest of them are not serious and fierce that you guys DM me, but I saw this and I was like, This mommy DM me. She has a 15-year-old boy. I think she's 30 because she said she was a really young mom. And she went through his stuff, his iPad, his phone, his PS5, I think. She went through like his chat logs. I don't know if you could do that, but she went through his gaming stuff or like his Discord chats. Because he started to act really weird towards her. Like, he was talking back more. He called her a bitch last week. And he had gotten in trouble at school because he was calling girls like and stuff. Mind you, 15, you can't be a at 15. I mean, shit, maybe you can't be on.
This is the kind of stuff that happens when a kid doesn't have a father in his life.
But you can't, you're a kid. And she said when she went through all his stuff, all of his watch history was like all this red pill content, very Kevin Samuels-esque, very Andrew Tate-esque. She knows this comes from and probably found out about this content from being at his dad's house. She says that his dad, machista, mujeriego, like hella cheated on her, put hands and feet on her. Just a really bad man. So she knows that like when he goes over there, there's like, he's probably hearing the same stuff that like her ex would spew and he's absorbing it. She says he uses every slur under the book. But she feels like shocked. She's like, I didn't raise him to be this way.
If his father is that violent and he's that terrible, then why does he have custody at all? It doesn't make any sense.
She feels like shocked. She's like, I didn't raise him to be this way. And she feels half guilty because she says she works a lot. I mean, obviously you have a 15-year-old son, you're so young, like you need to work. So she says she works a lot. So she feels like she's not doing her part of like managing his internet access more and managing what he's looking at. And also the dad being a problem. Like, that's a whole other layer on top of it. She's afraid of what he will become and what he is becoming. And she's afraid that she can't do anything to stop it because she's tried to talk to him.
She doesn't want to talk to him. She wants him to comply, but it doesn't actually work that way.
And he told her that she's spreading like feminist misinformation and like the feminist agenda, which is like, what? You should all, first of all, you should all be feminists, whether you're a boy or girl, non-binary. You should want women to be equal to men. Like, you should want everybody to have rights. I think that's just humane. And when she told me this, I was like, oh my God, I'm not saying hit your kid, but I could not be a parent because I would. She says that when she was talking to him, he was telling her all of this. And then he was like, you know what? That's why dad cheated on you. That's why dad hit you. You deserve to be women like you deserve to be. You deserve to be put in your place. That's why women like you like get treated that way. You deserve to be treated that way. Excuse me? Have you ever slept on asphalt outside in the freezing cold, you piece of garbage?
Mothers shouldn't be raising their sons to be feminists. That is a terrible thing to do to a child.
I mean, of course, Grace, because he's 15, but also we cannot coddle little boys. That's what I told her. I was like, you cannot coddle your little boy. You have to, like, be on him. Imagine having your seed talk to you like that. Are you kidding? The amount, first of all, going in labor is literally a life or death situation. Like, for you to put your life on the line to parir this kid and for him to talk to you like that, I'm so sorry. And I told her, I don't have kids. I don't plan on ever having kids. So I feel like my advice isn't good because I just can't even imagine being in this situation. What I told her was like,
if you don't have kids, you probably shouldn't be giving parenting advice, but of course that won't stop her anyway.
I don't know if there's like resources that you could look for like a counselor, a therapist to talk about these things, because all that anger he has for women, because that's what she said. She's like, he's angry, like veins popping out when he talks about it, like angry. That can lead to so much stuff. Like, we've seen the show Adolescence on Netflix. The amount of times that like a young boy does something to a girl out of like anger because she's not like letting up to his advances, or just anger about anything, is very, very dangerous. And we need to protect little boys as well as little girls. We need to protect them.
Adolescence isn't a documentary. It's just garbage used to lecture boys on why they are quote unquote wrong all the time, no matter what they do or say.
And to me, part of protecting little boys is protecting them from consuming that kind of content. 15? You're a little boy, you're a baby. You shouldn't even be thinking about women in that kind of way. Like, if anything, maybe there should be like little crushes and you get excited about girls.
Lord,
if you're like straight, you get excited about girls, or if you're gay, you get excited about little boys and stuff, but not angry, like, or worried about like playing soccer at lunch. I don't know, not anger.
So in other words, just ignore the problems that men are facing and just assume that women are right. And then, guys, like, this is why men walk away, they stop engaging with society. You know, people just straight up don't care, even if you lay it out plainly for them.
My advice at the end of the day was just like counseling, therapy, try to like patrol his access. I know he might like hate you and resent you for it, but you are his parent and you do have the right to like restrict some things from his phone. Like, I don't think that makes you a bad mom if you're strict about what they're viewing and like listening to. I think that is protecting your child at the end of the day. Getting them off of social media, he's gonna hate you and he's gonna be mad, but I think in the long run it'll be good for his brain. If you have any advice, any words of wisdom for this mama, please comment them below. She needs it.
Social media is indeed poison, but treating your child like a criminal is probably not the solution, I would say.
One thing about being a mom of boys, hate men, is they are set up for success in dating. They're not perfect. They're going to make mistakes, but they have heard me rant and have these uncomfortable conversations with them about what men do that's inappropriate and how to hold the men around you accountable as men, because unfortunately a lot of men only listen to men.
If you feel the need to complain about men to your children, I mean, you are teaching them absolutely nothing. I see a lot of these single mothers and stuff like this, you know, tell their son or daughter all about, you know, the boyfriend of the week, and it's actually horrible. I empathize with the children.
And my oldest son is 18, and seeing the way that he treats the women in his life, I had a conversation with him the other day where I'm like, I'm so proud of the young man that you are turning into, and I'm so like proud of how much you care about your girlfriend's feelings, and I'm so proud of the way that you go out of your way for her and you do all these things. And he's like, Mom, that's the bare minimum. Like, that's so insulting. And I just shut.
She raised her son to be a massive simp. This kid is going to go through hell and back, and it's honestly an incredibly mean thing to do to your own child.
Love it. I'm so proud. And when men do shitty things, my sons are the first one to be like, is everybody just going to gloss over that? That was not okay. Like, what are you talking about? And it just gives me a lot of hope. A lot of the, you know, the men who get their panties all in a bunch because I don't want you, are like, oh, I feel bad for your son. Okay, first of all, which one? I have 4.
I don't want you isn't an insult to her detractors, because those men don't want her either. I find it funny how these women talk about, you know, men dropping the ball, or, you know, men failing to step up, with the implication that men even wanted to engage with these women in the first place.
And second, like, they're going to be equipped to deal with women. They're going to be equipped to deal with women or men, whoever they choose to be with, and they're going to be able to recognize and like see them as humans, have deeper connections with them, instead of the kind of moms who just, you know, ask for them forever. Their son can do no wrong. And I understand that sometimes I have mom goggles on and I just think my sons are the best.
She despises men who disagree with her, and that's a lot of hate to carry for no real reason. Most men are probably going to disagree with her.
But also, if a woman comes to me and says things like, hey, that was shitty, I'm not going to fight her on it. I'm going to turn around to my son and be like, hey, let's talk about this. Let's have a conversation. Let's hold you accountable, even when it's uncomfortable. It doesn't mean you're unsafe. It doesn't mean I hate you, but we're going to have a conversation about how this isn't okay. So I, as a woman who hates out of men, I am so grateful to have these kind of conversations with my sons.
She has sons, okay, but she hates men. I mean, that explains a lot right there.
And grateful for the books I make them read and the conversations we have, because I think it sets them up for success so much more than having a mom who contributes to the patriarchy and thinks their kids can't do anything wrong and doesn't hold them accountable and doesn't have these conversations about how things within relationships can be abused that aren't just beating the shit out of people.
This woman has set her sons up for failure. The world is going to end up walking all over her children, and they are going to have to go through hell and back to actually come to a understanding of the world that actually makes any sort of sense.
I feel like there was definitely a shift in my mindset when I became celibate and I started seeing more serious candidates. So I've been abstaining from sex for just over a year and a half. And prior to that, I was like half celibate. And I was sleeping with this one guy. And I told him that I don't like to have sex straight away because I get attached. And, like, I know that I do. And, like, I want something serious. And so he was like, yeah, I'm on that. Played the long game. And then a few months in, he got what he wanted and it turned into booty calls.
Of course, it turned into booty calls. Chad is the expert when it comes to the long con. I love how these people always claim to not know better. Like, come on now.
And I remember punishing myself. I was like, oh my God, you've added a body. You need to make this work. Like, no, you don't. Like, bro, you don't owe anyone anything. If this man is not adding value to your life, then why is he in it? But I couldn't see that because I was attached to him, because I gave him my energy, because I trusted this person. And so now with celibacy, I can see all the red flags and I can ask myself if this person adds value. And as I'm looking for a serious relationship, I will ask men on the first date, yo, like, I'm celibate, so we're not going to have sex. Is that okay? And if they act a certain type of way, I won't be seeing them again. And this is how I found this person, because he was very respectful of my boundaries.
Celibacy only works if the woman is saving herself until marriage. Afterwards, there's no real point. Every second woman these days, or probably even higher amounts, claim to be celibate, even though they're obviously not.
Nobody
Dating after 50.
Nobody prepares you for what it's like to date after 50 when you've been married for a really long time. How can you be prepared for this? I have been single for 14 months. And in all transparency, I have done very little dating, very little. Initially, I tried dating apps. I wanted to see if I could put myself out there again.
There is no preparing you for it because you're not supposed to be dating in your 50s. I see these videos all the time, man, of women complaining about, dating in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, or as a single mother, and they're saying it's so damn hard. Like, yeah, it's supposed to be hard because you're not supposed to be dating by then.
I was lonely. I was looking for some companionship, and I turned to the apps. Well, that's a whole other video. One thing I hear from so many people my age is the older you get, the more difficult dating becomes because the less willing you are to compromise on things. Do you guys agree?
One thing I wish I would have known before I got my second divorce, or not known, but like believed, is that you can heal inside of a relationship. I think so many times we're stuck on this. I have to go find myself. I have to get divorced so I can heal, break up. I have to be alone, whatever it may be. And it's just like simply not true. Not saying that it's wrong. I obviously took the route of I'm going to leave so I can heal. However, like, what if I had believed that like I could heal? I could have healed inside that relationship, that I didn't have to go and be single and be alone.
I find it funny how a lot of modern women idealize and overuse the word healing, even though they can't define it at all.
It's day 4 of commuting as a divorced gal. I forget that commuting is like really tiring. It felt really different to commute back and forth to the city and not to come home to my big house that I used to live in and to come home to my small apartment. Or I used to get into my car and drive home to my house, and my husband would be there, and my son. And now it's my plants. I'm complaining, but it's like, ma'am, this is. What did you think? Like you ended your 24-year marriage. You sold your 5-bedroom house. You sold your dream. I'm not gonna lie, like it was really nice to be able to have people over and just to have everything like beautiful and perfect and matching and being able to go and sit outside in my backyard. Or now I don't have that. Now my kitchen is my living room and my living room is my kitchen.
This is the life that she wanted when she filed for divorce. She has absolutely no right to complain, but of course this will not stop these women from complaining anyway.
I thought I could talk about this. I didn't realize how raw it was. And I did not expect having a New York City office that I'm commuting into to stir up all of these feelings. I thought I was so past this. I moved out 2 years ago. I'm not. I had a whole wall in our house of like family portraits.
Yep.
And not in like a corny, horrible way, like in a cool way. Like I had great pictures.
So she thought that divorce would get her freedom, but there is nothing free about her new life. And this is something many of these women realize after they go through and initiate their divorces on men who are quite honestly good men most of the time.
And, you know, I only kept the ones of my son, right? And this is one of them. You put together a life with someone, right? And you think you're going to be with them forever. And that's your plan. And you go into it fully, earnestly, thinking you're going to be with them forever.
Then why'd you end it?
And then you're not.
It's obvious she's the one who ended the marriage. She has nobody to blame but herself. And guys, you don't even need to look any further than the statistics. Women are the ones who are out here ending marriages.
I took that of my son on a vacation. I think I was still trying, but unhappy, but trying. It's sad. So no one gets married thinking they're going to get divorced. You know, right? What is it? Half of all marriages, or like how many marriages actually end in divorce?
They always try to make things work, quote unquote, but never mention a single thing they actually did. You know, when these women end up breaking up their marriages or whatever, they always try and, you know, sound as though they're super selfless or something like this. But that's just not the case at all. They never actually tried. They were selfish the whole time. And that's why the marriage dissipated, because eventually she just wants to go and have her fun.
I am getting a divorce. I just wanted to rip off the Band-Aid and tell you guys there are 2 people involved with this, so I'm going to keep the details private, but I will be talking about my experience navigating this. And yes, I have a small account, but I know people are interested in my life and my husband's life. He didn't sign up for this, so I just ask that you guys respect his privacy. Because not only does it hurt him when you guys leave comments on old videos and stuff, but it also hurts me. Obviously, this is a person that I still love and loved a lot.
If she really cared about her ex's privacy, she wouldn't be posting anything about this. Women post these videos all the time where they just, you know, have a flagrant disregard for the privacy of anyone in their lives, and then they wonder why men don't want to deal with them.
I think I kept out of leaving mean comments towards someone. So, together 5 years. Those are memories I'm thankful for. It's really painful losing that and losing the person that felt like home. I know this is for the best. I think we both know this is for the best, but it doesn't make it suck any less. But let me tell you, I will be taking you along for the ride, starting over. It's all of the divorce stuff. My biggest goal is feeling secure. Obviously, I have 2 dogs. I need to find an apartment.
She honestly thinks that people have a vested interest in her divorce drama. It is unbelievable, right? They think they're like the star of their own little television show or something.
I want to be a boss bitch. I want to be independent. I don't need a man. I can do this all on my own.
A few moments later.
I just found out today that my ex-husband is engaged and I'm unwell.
Yep.
And like, even though, yes, it was me that was like, hi, I want divorce. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. It brings up all these feelings. It brings up all this like stuff. And we have a kid and it brings up all this stuff around him.
Her husband moved on, and she hates the fact that she ruined everything and got nothing at all.
He's like 20 minutes late. I know that he's getting my text messages because I'm getting the red receipts. I hope he's okay. I don't know, like how long do I wait? It's been 30 minutes. I tried to call him. I tried to text him. I haven't gotten an answer. So I don't really know what to do. I don't know.
Haha, just to be sure, we are going to the same place. Yep. Here, what's your ETA? You okay? Ha, you really thought I was gonna go on date with you. MILFs are for effing, not dating. Tell that to TT.
So she gets ghosted, and the first thing that she does is cry about it on TikTok. I mean, what exactly was she expecting?
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
What are you guys doing?
We're at the playground right now. Why, what's up?
So I got stood up.
Jeez.
And he kind of said something that really kind of just me up. And I really just kind of want my kids. If maybe you would bring the kids to come and I can just do it with them instead.
Let me call Mom and let her know what's going on, because, I think they'd enjoy kayaking, but I'll just ask somebody to ask them or let them know, so.
You can't use your ex as a crutch for emotional support after getting stood up by another dude. This is reason number like 1057 why men don't want to take these women seriously, because they always have some dude in the wings that they use for support or they hook up with or some nonsense.
Okay, just let me know.
Alrighty.
Alright, thanks.
I'll let you know what's going on.
Alright, thank you.
Yep.
Alright, bye.
She had to put in the emotional music to try and maximize her victim status on this one. Make sure you click on one of the videos on screen now to watch more if you liked today's video. Don't forget to take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.